Look at 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So we're live. We're live. Ernie, how
Woo!
you feeling, my man?
I'm good. I got my coffee. I got
Yep.
the Timmy Grins studio in the
Yep.
background. What more could I want,
Yeah, nah. It's funny. So you see that painting behind you?
Yeah.
So my wife, her grandfather or great grandfather, one or the other, is one of those guys.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like literally it's like from the family. Like and there's an exhibit now in New York City where you can go sit on that.
On the beam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're kinda I think there's like glass underneath, so you're not like sitting like out in the open,
Yeah.
but you can kind of recreate a bit of that picture.
Well, and what's sad is I did a little research on that,
Mhm.
and they actually made it look like they're out in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, okay.
They had a platform. They had a platform underneath them. Now, if you
They
fell,
didn't
you were going to be in
fall.
trouble.
Yeah.
But it wasn't that 140-foot drop.
That you were thinking, right? Like,
Yeah,
man, you're
yeah.
just sitting out there with your lunchbox,
Well,
like
I think it's kind of cool. I've always said the guy on the end, if you look at the picture, I can't remember which one of the dudes. Yeah, so the dude over here with the cable, he's
Yep.
all ticked off because the lunch didn't make it down to him, but he's got his
Right.
empty bottle. He's
Yeah.
got his bottle.
Yeah. No, I get
Anyway.
that, man. I get that.
Uh,
So, like, give me the rundown, man. Like, now, how did you come to be at Everett Moore? Like, how did Everett Moore come to be? I guess that's probably a better place to start.
yeah, let's start with Evermore, how it came to be. 1947.
Okay.
A guy named Bob Everett
Okay.
was running what back then was International Paper Company.
Oh yeah, of course.
Don't know everything that they sold, but anyway, he met a young man named Bill Moore
Okay.
right out of the service. He came back to Tobacco County and
Yep.
he said, "Hey, Bill, how would you like to run a lumber yard?" And Bill said, "Well, what do you mean?" He said, "Well, let's just get some bunks of lumber in this place." And from International Paper Company, it became Long Bell Lumber Company. And then Bob Everett and Bill Moore merged together and it became Everett Moore Lumber. Bill had it to 1992 or something like that. I was doing some math on it yesterday, and then Otis Bonner bought it, and we bought it from him in 2007. So we've had it for 18 years. It's a really cool story of how it all came together, where Bob Everett and Bill Moore got together and made it happen, made a partnership. And so then my wife and I took it over, and here we are, just growing every day. And I came here, I originally moved down here to get away from construction. I moved out of Denver. I came down here to get out of construction. I wanted to do something different. Tried sales, and it's okay. Sales are okay, but you have to be a salesman.
You gotta have it. Yeah, no,
I didn't want to do that anymore.
Although you got it, man. I know you got it. You're selling every day, man. It's just
I know.
Yeah.
So anyways, well, when that wasn't working the way it should, I went back into construction. So I started doing that, and then the store became available. And I said, you know what? You can't carpenter forever.
Yep.
And when you're in a small town like this, well, it's not like you can create a business for sale because you are the business.
Yep.
So I said, well, if I'm going to keep this up, well, I still have all my fingers and my toes and my health. So I said, let's just find something else to do. So my wife and I bought the store, and here we are. Yeah.
Well, let me ask you, because like that's like simple to say, right? Like, oh, my wife and I bought the store, right?
Yeah.
Like, but like, okay, so you were what, in your early 40s?
Yeah. I was so let's see, somewhere in there, 40,
All right,
45.
so you're in
Yep.
you're in your early 40s. Your wife, how long had you guys been married at that point?
We weren't married yet. We had
Okay.
I bought the store without her in December of 07.
Okay.
And then we got married in May of 08. Now I knew her.
Now that's interesting.
Mhm.
So you guys, how did you meet her?
Well, that was through in prison ministry down in Dalhart, Texas.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. See?
Okay.
How about
All right.
that,
We got a road to go on here. We got a road to go on, my friend.
Man, we can travel this thing. How far back do you want to go? But
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
it was
yeah.
men's
Well, here,
ministry.
before we get there,
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
let's because to acquire an existing business, right?
Mm-hmm.
These guys had it since 1947, or it had changed hands 2 times in
Yep.
60
Yep.
years.
Yep.
So what did it take? Did you have to go sign your life away at the bank? Did you just, assume the responsibility, and all the whatever goes with it? Like how did all that, what were the mechanics of that?
There were 3 things that took place in that.
Mhm.
Number 1, which I'm very thankful for, a guy had talked me into doing a little investing.
Okay.
And so when it came time for needing a down payment, that investment that I had made prior was
Okay.
enough to do the down payment.
Got it.
So
Okay.
had that not taken place 12 years earlier, I wouldn't have
Okay.
had that capital to do that. So,
Understood.
and then the owner, he assumed for 5 years, uh, part of it, so
Okay.
that I paid him
Yep.
$2,000 a month interest free.
Yep.
And then the rest of it we had to go do, as you said, sign our life away. Yeah.
Sure. Sure.
Boom. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's like, it goes with the territory. And then
Yeah. Yeah. And nobody just, I don't have deep pockets to
sure.
just write a check like that. So here we are,
Well, so 2 questions on that. Can you disclose what was the investment? Did you, like, put money in IBM or Microsoft?
No, well, it was actually through a mutual fund and an insurance company.
Oh, okay. Like
Yeah.
Mutual of Omaha kinda thing?
Yeah, kinda. I was, Farm Bureau.
Okay,
Farm
okay.
Bureau. Mm-hmm.
Alright, so, yeah, so you got ties to the farm community for, way back even prior to getting into this.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yep.
Got it.
Yep.
Okay.
So and
So
still members of that organization too. Yep.
okay. Alright, so then now when you had to sign your life away and, you had this woman who was becoming your wife.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a big step for her to be like, okay, you were this guy who was doing construction sales. Now all of a sudden you're this guy who just signed his life away
Mm-hmm.
and has decided to go on this just entrepreneurial trip. And she
Mm-hmm.
said, let's do it.
But we have since then seen all the ups and downs of that,
I'm sure.
you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
sitting at a desk, you lose your muscle tone. Sitting at a desk, you don't have the nice deep dark tan that you used to have.
Okay.
You sit at this desk and you just melt away and you don't even know it.
I heard that. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So the
Okay.
last 3 years, I've really woke up, and I cannot believe how I allowed myself to go, physically.
I heard
Just,
it.
it just disappears and you don't even know it.
Got it. Okay.
But it was a shock,
Yep.
because in construction, I was in control of my hours,
Oh,
you know.
yeah.
Yeah, I could do whatever I wanted. I had a crew,
Uh-huh.
and my philosophy with my construction was, you go to work for me,
Yep.
and I'll go to work for you. What I
Okay.
mean by that is, you're going to go out here and you're going to do the job I got you to do, you 3 or 4 guys,
Yep.
and I'm going to go work. I'm going to find another job, and what I make is going to pay you.
Yep.
So what they were making was paying me,
Yep.
and what I was making was paying them.
That's a great
And
ecosystem.
if we only worked 4 days a week, we worked 4 days a week. If
I
we
heard
got the jobs done, we got the jobs done.
Yep.
And so I really had 3 to 4 days off a week.
Uh-huh.
Not anymore.
Got it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot more hours now than it used to be. Yeah, which is constraining.
I heard that. No, I heard now, let's take a quick step back then. So you and your wife met in Texas.
Correct.
Now, what were you guys doing?
We were doing prison ministry. It's
Prison ministry.
prison ministry. I was
Like
involved
state
in
correctional facilities,
uh-huh,
federal?
at the Texas Department of Corrections,
Okay.
in Dalhart, Texas. We were
Okay.
part of a ministry crew of guys that would go in as a team, and we would minister to the inmates for 3 days.
Okay.
And we would take in free world food into
Mhm.
the prison system, so that they for 3 days didn't eat prison food. They ate real brought in food.
Okay.
Okay. So with cookies and chips, and I mean, fresh bananas and fruit and all this
Yep.
stuff that you don't get in prison.
Sure.
So anyways, You get their attention that way. That's part of the program. But
Get it?
outside of that is the women who do all the food prep.
Okay.
And so when we came out of prison on a Thursday night, we meet at the church back there at the church, and they have a dinner for us. And that's where I met my wife. She had prepared that dinner for the guys. And I'm telling you what, Timmy, when I saw her, I said, man, alive, that's the most beautiful woman I've ever seen.
And there you go.
Yeah. So it was a go. It was a go for sure. Yeah.
How long ago was that now?
We met in '06. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. And
Okay.
then
You
we got
met in
married in
'06,
'08.
and then by '08, you guys were married and
Uh-huh.
in the hardware business.
Yep.
Boy, talk
Yep.
about a whirlwind.
Do what?
Talk about a whirlwind.
Oh man. Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't get married by a business and all kinds of things in 1 year. You don't do that,
No, not generally.
But
That's not generally the way things go.
we're
But now, so now when you guys have you guys raised a family now too?
my children were raised,
Got it.
okay?
Okay.
So they were gone out of the home, and then she had 2 children,
Got it.
5 and 7, a little boy and a girl, and
Okay.
now they are consequently raised. So,
Got it.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Now,
They
are
had a
they getting involved in the business?
No, none of them.
Got
None.
it.
They've all done separate things, they've all got their careers and their choices and their paths, and, yeah, it doesn't look like this is gonna be, picked up by anybody in my family. Yeah.
Okay.
Which is
Yeah, I
really
was gonna
kinda sad.
ask,
Mhm.
there's a lot of that in this hardware world, that I've
Mhm.
seen. Like it goes but it's similar to the story you tell. Like it's the business seems to make it. Like the business seems to move from one, like in your case, you're the third,
Mhm.
right? The third
Yep.
owner of the business, and the business has continued to thrive.
Yep.
Which I think really kind of, what do you think is the key to that? Like why is that?
Well, we're, without sounding braggadocious at all, we live 50 miles from anywhere.
Okay.
45 miles from the biggest city, Lamar, Colorado. We're
Hmm.
45 miles from there. We're 150 miles from any major city.
Hmm.
Okay. Now that doesn't stop people from shopping the big boxes. Okay. Because everybody in this community travels, they all have trailers. But what helps us is we've become diverse over the years of the things the products and that we offer in our store. We look for things that are a little bit outside of the box from what somebody else may have.
Sure.
Uh, we have real soda in glass bottles. We have truffles from Mount Pleasant, Texas. We
Yep.
have all kinds of things that just continue to keep people coming in the door.
Got it.
It's a fight. It's a fight to keep people off of the internet and out of the big boxes. And
I
we
get
just
that.
we just try to do it every day, and we can't do it with price. That's not going to happen. You're
Right.
not going to do it with price.
No,
So
no, that's the Walmart way.
yep, you better do it with something else.
Yep.
And we nail it with customer service, and
Okay.
we try. I know that
Yep.
every owner would like to say that, but I'm sure there's places where we just absolutely fail. Even myself at times, you're ready to punch the customer versus,
I heard it.
I
Yeah.
love them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Nah, yeah, yeah. It's like they really need a hug, but you'd really like to give them
Oh
and then
yeah, uh
yeah,
huh.
where you go.
You're not listening to me at all right now.
Yeah.
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 So
I mean, I think I've been on both sides of that. I know there's been times when I've walked in and I'm like, man, I just can't figure this out, and I'm just like, and it is, we have a local store here too called Wadeson's. And they are just super helpful.
mhm,
They're also in the Do It Best ecosystem.
yep.
They are just super helpful, and that's something that and the other thing too is like when I walk into those stores, I'm like, I want to give you my money because I
Mhm.
like that you're right down the street. I like that
Yeah.
I can walk over here if I have to. I don't need a drive. I like that you're here. I like that you got the things, and I like the people.
Yeah.
I like the people, and you get to
Mhm.
know them, and you get to know them on their good days and their bad days. Like there's days I walk in, and the one lady will be super helpful. Then another day I walk in, and I can tell she doesn't want to even hear anything I have to say. And I'm
Yeah.
like, all right,
Yeah.
I get that too. It's like
Mhm.
I've been
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
So, I definitely understand that because now you say 150 miles because you're in Springfield, Colorado,
Correct.
and
Mhm.
now you're probably closest to what, Albuquerque? Is that the
No,
closest?
Amarillo. Amarillo.
Amarillo,
Am
Texas. Okay,
Amarillo is about 3 hours away.
got it.
And then Pueblo, Colorado is about 3 hours away.
Pueblo, Colorado. I feel like there was some church-related scenario related to Pueblo, Colorado. Was
Hmm.
that where they were printing like Schoolhouse Rock or I don't know, man.
I don't know.
Pueblo,
Yeah.
as a youth, I remember hearing Pueblo on some ad that was targeted to me while I was watching Saturday morning cartoons.
Huh.
And I'll figure it out, let you know at another time.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, we'll have to do some deeper dive into that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure,
Yeah.
for sure. Now, let me ask you, so when you took over Everett Moore, was it a do it best stronghold or did you add that later?
No, it was Do It Best. The
Got
previous owner was another hardware chain, and then he had decided to jump ship on them and went with Do It Best.
Got it. Now,
Yeah.
how does that like does that do that overlay? You know, does that overlay provide like air cover like on insurance related stuff? Does it is it just warehousing? Like how do you work with that partnership?
Most of it's just warehousing, from
Got it.
what I've seen and what I get to take advantage of. I get a weekly truck, much like any other service person out there would. So, I don't know Do It Best, True Value, which is who we are now
Yep,
too.
sure.
Uh, or Oracle or wherever you're buying your product or your service, your products
Yep.
from. It's that consistency, and I like knowing that I'm going to get a truck.
Yep.
And Waco does have a really good fill rate on
Hmm.
what I order. I'm not getting a lot of outs. So
Hmm.
my community doesn't care if I was Ace or Do It Best, or they don't care. That
Right.
the
Now I get it.
orange
They want
name.
Ernie.
They want, yeah, exactly.
Yep.
And we left the business name Everett Moore
Yep.
because it's known in this whole area.
I heard it. Yep.
Go to
Sure.
Everett Moore.
Yep.
It's
Yep.
not go to Do It Best. It's go to
Yep.
Everett Moore.
Yep. Yep.
Even though
Now,
we've got a 4x8 sign on the front of the building that says Do It Best, I bet you most people don't even see it. They don't even know what it is.
I would say that I've noticed that about Do It Best tours is that it is very much that Everett Moore, and the Do It Best is like a secondary scenario.
Yep. Yep.
More as a support function. Like, oh, okay, oh, this guy's a part of that crew. And
Hmm.
I've noticed that myself. You know, hey, a little earlier you were talking about the highs and the lows, right?
Mm.
Can you do you remember like maybe the lowest point, like where you were like, yo, I don't know if we're gonna make it. Like, have you had moments like that?
Oh yeah, yeah, big time. We had a consulting firm come in 2016.
Okay.
And we were struggling. We were wondering what was going on, what's up.
Mhm.
And this guy comes in and he's looking at our books and everything, and he said, I can tell you some stuff, and we're going to charge you to do this. We're going to charge you a lot of money to do this.
Mhm.
But if I tell you what to do, you got to tell me you're going to do it. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. And so the first thing they said is, your house accounts are killing you.
Hmm.
Your house accounts where you're allowing people to charge and they're not paying you back in 10, 30, 60 days. You've got a constraint on your cash flow that is going to bankrupt you.
Ooh.
And we were there. We were there. So, and I'd heard about it before. Everybody means well. They want to pay you
Of course.
the first week.
Yep.
After 30 days, they're trying to figure out how to cheat you out of it.
Heard that. Yep. Or they
So,
look at it like, hey, how much do you really need? Yep.
well, and when it comes down to it, let's say that Timmy and his wife are short on the utility bills this month.
Yep.
So they owe Everett Moore $150. So they take that money and put it to the utility bill. And they
Yep.
think, well, Ernie will be all right. Well, you took $150 out of Ernie's pocket. And so then all of a sudden you're carrying a large amount of money that nobody should carry.
Got it.
And I've often said this. I don't care if it was in the 30s, 40s, or 50s, whenever house accounts started. It didn't work back then, and it doesn't work now.
Right.
It doesn't. So I had to write a letter. I wrote a letter. As a matter of fact, I pinned it on December 18th of 2016. It was my birthday. I sat down and wrote a letter to my customers explaining what I was going to do.
Okay.
And boy, did I get backlash.
Really?
Man, I got backlash. People have swore that they'd never shop in my store again, that they wished I would go broke, you know?
Damn.
Oh yeah, it was bad. It was bad.
It's a small community. So yeah,
Small community.
these are
See,
probably
they're in,
people you see at the grocery store.
you see
Yeah,
them everywhere. You
yeah,
sit next to them at the ball games, you
yeah,
know?
sure.
Some of them are behind the pew with you at
Yeah,
church, you
yeah.
know? So, and now these are
Preying on your
people that,
downfall.
man,
Yeah.
man, it's terrible. It was bad. That was the roughest part of anything we've done. So, but through that,
Yep.
now we have positive cash flow every day.
Got it.
Now, we probably have 30 or 40 accounts, you know, the churches, clubs, organizations, the county shops, and all
Yep.
them. They have charge accounts. Some
Yep.
contractors have charge accounts. But the guy that just needs a refrigerator and
Yep.
he's got $200, ain't happening. Nope.
I see it. Okay.
Come back when you got some money.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sorry,
It's
but
okay. Yeah, we'll
yep.
be here for you.
There's a rental center in there's a rental center in La Junta. You can go you can go to the
There you
rental
go.
center in La Junta.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's what I was going to ask you. What defined a house account? Like I understood like the contractor element, but you were even having it. You were like going on the individual.
Oh
Like,
yeah, on individuals. Yeah.
got it.
And that's the way this business had been set up, that anybody who needed something,
Yep.
you know, go to Everett Moore and get it. You
Right.
know, just make payments.
And do a payment plan like with
Uh-huh.
Everett Moore. So you were acting as a bank.
Without the interest and the penalties
With,
and the meat to do
yep.
anything.
Yep.
I had no meat behind me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were
Yeah.
just like, yo, I trust you.
Yeah.
A lot of
So
hands.
when that person moves in 6 months and they haven't paid for 2 months,
Yep.
and you go to their house and they don't even live there
You
anymore.
don't even live there anymore. There's my fridge.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
there it went.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was tough because that first year, 2016, 2017, that was
Yep.
terrible.
Okay.
Terrible.
Yep.
You know, people wouldn't even talk to me some, you know, and some people still to this day. I was never one that didn't pay you. No, but you don't understand cash flow.
Right.
You've never had to cash flow something.
Yep.
You know, if
Yep.
you understood cash flow, you would see why this doesn't work. It didn't
Right.
matter that you took my money for 45 days.
Yep.
45 days you took my money.
Yep.
Try that at Loaf and Jug or try that at Home Depot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Doesn't
Right.
work.
Right. No.
You know,
Yeah.
it's all cash all day, folks.
Yep. Yeah. No. It's yeah. It's like exactly like you said at the top right there. Like come back when you can buy it. You know, 'cause
Mhm.
we're here to sell it to you. You know, but
Yep. Yep.
yeah. So that has to be really hard in a small community, man.
It is.
Like
You know, and then when some of these people, when they tell you they'll never shop here again,
yeah.
they meant it.
Right.
They meant it.
So
You
how
know,
long did it take for you to kind of overcome that hurdle?
2 years.
Got it.
2
And
years.
now, how does that strain? Because now you're husband wife team,
Mm-hmm.
and you know how does that strain the household? Like
Oh yeah. Well, that's real right there. You
yeah,
know, when when your husband's getting yelled at and spit in his face, you know, and you want to back to our original conversation, you want to hug him or
yeah,
I didn't want to heal him at the time, you know.
no, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
You know, and she had to deal with it as well. You know, people calling and saying, how can you shut me off? And, what do you mean? We need payment. And,
yeah.
oh, it was tough. Oh, Timmy, it was tough.
And
Yeah.
now, because you're in a town of what, 25,000?
Oh, no, no. You got to shrink her down, buddy.
Okay,
You ready?
5,000,
Shrink her down.
2,000,
Shrink her down.
800.
1,200. I think
Ooh.
we've got like 3,000 people maybe in the whole community, which is five communities. We've got Springfield, Walsh, Pritchett, Campo, and Vilas. And
Okay,
all of those little towns make up what we call Baca County.
okay, and that's 1,200 people.
No, that would be about 3,000, I think. 3,000
Okay.
people. It's small area. Small.
Yeah. So like you said, half of those people could be sitting at a ball game.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, without a doubt. Yeah.
Phew. You don't think about that when you're signing a name.
No.
You're like,
No.
yeah, this wasn't in your thought process. Like this wasn't like wow. Okay.
Nowhere. Nowhere did you think that you would find opposition from somebody that you wished would shop with you.
Yeah.
You didn't
Yeah.
you didn't wake up one morning and say, "Wow, how can I make these people mad at me so that they don't shop with me anymore?"
Yeah. 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 And it's when you wrote that letter, like, well, did you send it out on email or was it
Well, I'm still kind of electronically challenged.
okay? I get it. I
So,
get it. Yeah.
uh, it went out in the statements. It was
Oh,
we were sending statements. That's another thing, it was costing us $750,000 a month to send out
I was
statements.
just about to ask that. Yeah. Like that's
Yeah,
an expense in itself.
$1,000 a month to tell people they owe me money.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
Dang, it don't work, folks. It don't work.
Right.
It wouldn't even work if it was paperless and it was all electronic now. It still
No,
doesn't work.
because you still got a labor expense associated with that.
Boom. And you
Yep.
still got bills, so you still got to
Yep.
pay it. And that overhead is still there.
Yep.
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 And if you've locked that X number of dollars up over here, well, it's done, yeah.
So
And then
by
go
so
ahead.
by like 2018, 2019, you came through it.
Yep, we came through it. Yep.
Got it. And
It
now it's
was,
like you're just a happier crowd for it.
oh, yes, definitely.
Yeah.
And I tell people all the time, if it wasn't for my wife and
Yep.
if it wasn't for closing house accounts,
Yep.
I would have bankrupted this place.
Interesting.
I would have bankrupted it.
Now, the house account part you explained, but the wife part, how did was it just keeping you up or what was it?
Dude, she's my rock, man.
Yep.
She's the one that says, "No, we did this. We're going to stay with it and we're in."
Yep.
And she said, "I'm with you.
Oh,
I'm
that's
with
awesome.
you."
Yeah.
Doesn't mean she didn't go home crying at times,
I heard it. Yep. Yep.
but there we were, we'd made a decision. She'd
Yep.
wanted to do it earlier.
Okay.
She'd been receiving counseling from the what do you call it? The tax
And
side anyway.
oh, yeah, yeah.
Man, you're constrained so bad over here on your cash flow.
Yep.
Why don't you guys close house accounts?
Yep.
So we had to hire this highfalutin firm to come in here and slap me in the face with it before
Right.
before I said, you know what, this is a real deal.
Yep.
hmm
Yep.
This is a real deal.
Yeah. Wow,
Yeah.
man. When you wrote that letter and you sent it out, you probably knew it was going to ruffle some feathers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Wow, that's a big gut check.
Yeah, and it even when it goes down to friends.
Yep.
Oh, not
Yep.
people you just know. I'm
Yep.
talking friends.
Yep.
Woo!
Yeah.
Woo!
Like people you were having dinner with.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And you go to their house and you tell them, "Look, man, this ain't nothing against you and your credit and your
Yeah.
integrity and your life and
Yeah.
this is about me and cash flow. Can
Yeah.
I make it about me right now?
Yeah.
It's about a me business, and
Yeah.
I want to stay in business."
Yes.
You
Yeah.
know?
Now,
Uh,
did you lose any friends as a result of it?
yeah,
Oh, that sucks, man.
yeah, yep.
Did you make some friends as a result of it?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously. There's some people who truly and genuinely understand, you know. Uh, and I told everybody in town, any business, if you want to, I'll help you any way I can,
Mhm.
on drafting a letter, helping you address this to your crowd, because you cannot have these accounts like this. There's a reason that there's a reason a Walmart doesn't have house accounts.
Heard
They
that.
like all cash all day.
Yep.
And they can do anything with that all cash all day that they want
Yep.
because every day at the end of the day, they have 100% profit in their pockets or,
Right. Right.
100% of their money is theirs.
Right.
Me,
Yeah.
there were days when only 25% of the money that I did in a day was mine.
That's scary.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yep.
scary. Yeah, because then
And
all of a sudden you do have you signed your life to begin with,
mm-hmm.
so you got to make sure that's getting taken care of. And then you got your own house, which you got to make sure that's taken care of.
Yep.
You had kids. You guys had little kids.
Oh my. Yeah.
Yeah, because
So
how old were the kids when that was going on?
Let's see, 5 and 7. So yeah, probably, that was 15, 16. Yeah.
Oh, so you're dealing with the emotion of high school aged children while this is going on,
Yeah.
and you're coming home like, all right, listen, I hear all these emotions that you got, but like, yo, daddy's got to get this done, and mommy does too. Like, how did you manage that part?
That part, well, my kids were gone at the time. Mine were already raised and gone.
Right.
But her kids, and they had a really good joint custody thing between the
Okay.
husband and the mom and the dad, and we
That's
get
fine.
along with the dad great. And
Yep.
most of the time, they were down there with the dad. We had them on the weekends,
Got it.
so we
Okay.
were really able to unplug from that dynamic.
Oh,
You
so
know,
that's pretty good, man.
they didn't. If they knew about it, I didn't tell them about it.
I heard that. Yeah.
Yeah, so we just left all that on the table at work because back then it was a 5-day-a-week job. It
Okay.
was it was easier back then. I mean, as far as work, because well, right now we're in a transition where we lost 3 employees 3 months ago.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you about that.
Dude, it's rough, and I'm
Yeah.
6 days a week now, sometimes 7, just
Yep.
to try to make things happen and keep things going.
Yep.
So it's ruffled that side of things as well because, Sunday's my day where I truly tried to do the rest thing. I tried to
Of
do the
course.
nothing thing.
Sure.
But, we're still pretty good about that. But, no, so they got to stay away from that side of that, didn't bring it into their life. It was not necessary.
Got
Uh,
it.
so, but there was some. I can't say it was always fun at home.
I get it.
Uh,
Yeah. I get it.
especially when your mindset for the day is you worked all day, and how do you unplug that brain when you go home when
Mhm.
your emotions are so charged?
Yep.
You know.
Well, that's
Uh,
one of the things that I don't think people realize that as an entrepreneur,
mhm.
you're like, "Oh, yeah, I got freedom," but, like, your mind doesn't stop,
Mm,
and you're constantly thinking about what's the next move,
yep.
and so even if you're only working physically in the location 5 days, you're there 7 days a week,
Oh
24 hours a day.
my. Yeah. Well, and that back to I think before we got on camera, our sleep habits.
Yep,
Because once our eyes open up, no, our eyes don't even have to open up. Once that mind clicks,
yep, yep.
boom,
You
here we go.
transition from dream to reality quickly.
Really quick.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me ask you about the employee shortage,
Mhm.
because I mean, like, we get a lot of this, like, kind of top-down information from places like CNBC and Bloomberg, where there's like, the economy is chugging and people are doing well, and like unemployment is so low, where they're kicking out immigrants, and but how is that playing into your world there? Like,
Mhm.
is it there's just not enough people? Is it there's too much opportunity? Like, what's going on?
Though there's a couple of things that hinder us.
Mhm.
One of them is a couple industries that have more money than we do, and they have ability to pay a lot more than we do.
Okay.
So we've lost several employees to that industry. Okay.
Okay.
Uh,
Is that like
and
Amazon?
no, uh, it's, I don't even know what it is.
Okay.
Let's just leave it at that.
I got it.
Yeah.
It's cool. That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but they can pay, they where I'm paying, let's see, at the time when those guys were around, it was 15 to $20 an hour. They'll
Yep.
start you at 25.
Got it. Okay.
So, and that seems to be the attractant right there. And I can't pay that. There's
Yep.
just no way I can pay $25 an hour.
Yeah.
Colorado state minimum wage is like almost $16 an hour, and
Yep.
that gets tough for paying somebody that, a part-time job or a second
Yep.
income or,
Yep.
for the household. That's a lot of money. That's a
Yep.
lot of money.
Now, what
And so
about you guys in Colorado? Do you deal with a lot of? I know in New York we have, a lot of like different insurances that we have to carry in the state of New York, like on a per employee basis. Do you have to carry those? Like workers' comp is
oh,
workers' comp?
definitely.
Yep.
Definitely. Yep.
And
Uh
because you got that overlay, no matter what, if they work 3 hours or 30 hours or 300 hours,
mhm.
right? It's like,
Yep, it's all there.
yep.
Yep.
And now,
So
yeah, so that okay, so you guys are you're experiencing like I guess that talent pool is being driven out. How do you compensate?
well, right now it's tough. It's tough
Mhm.
because what you get a lot of time, I call them pajama walkers. You
Yep.
know, these people get out of bed and they come in the store and they apply for a job and they're still in their pajamas, you
Wow.
know,
Yep. I know that.
literally.
Yep.
You know, I can't tell if that's your pajamas or your daily wear.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't be seen in that, you
Yeah.
know?
Right. Right.
So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
just ain't
Yeah. Being
happening.
seen. Yeah. You're like, yeah, you're supposed to wear that to bed, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, not to apply for a job, you
Yeah.
know?
I know.
So, you eliminated the difficult part for me if there is one. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
no.
Nah, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So, uh, I've said this before, to people. I said I would probably hire anybody that Bill Moore got rid of.
Okay.
Anybody that back in the day he said, wasn't worthy or couldn't work here, I would probably hire that person and they'd be a star employee today.
Okay, is that because the talent pool has dwindled and because that lackluster person back then doesn't work or is the equivalent of a superstar person nowadays?
I think so. Yeah, there's some people back then that they'd be wonderful today. They would be a wonderful catch. Uh, but you're I call it our little fishbowl. We
Yep,
got this little fishbowl and we see the same people every day.
yep,
And that fishbowl is only attracted. Unfortunately, we still have a very low cost of living in this community,
yep.
which attracts people who are on fixed incomes or disabilities.
Sure, I get that.
And so when you attract that to your community, you're not really bringing in people that can add to the workforce.
Sure,
So they're not coming in. They're not coming here.
got it.
They're going to other places. Now, I think small communities are a great place to grow and raise a family.
Oh my
I
god, yeah.
think they're a great place
Yep.
to invest in and take advantage of some things. Yeah, you're not going to make your six figures a year.
But
You're
you don't
not.
need to.
You're gonna make so much more with your family.
Yep.
It's gonna be a whole different life for you.
Yep.
If you can walk away from, needing a convenience store. Well, we've got convenience stores, but uh, a McDonald's burger or Taco Bell or go out to Olive Garden or whatever every night. That's not
Yep.
gonna happen, you
Yep.
know?
Yeah, I mean, it's not good for your health either. I mean, that's
No.
that I used to think going out to eat was like the best food. But
Mhm.
to learn that, like, well, they make it taste good,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of things they do to make it taste really good.
Mhm.
Probably not, on the line of things that, are gonna keep me on this planet long.
Yeah, yeah. Like
You
like
know?
the McRib sandwich, man. That thing tastes good.
Yeah, it's
But if you
engineered to
cut it
taste
open and dissected that baby, woo!
yeah, yeah, I saw some guy I had liked, Chick-fil-A?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I had I followed this one guy, he was telling us when he's like, there's like 300 ingredients or whatever in the
Mm.
Chick-fil-A, and I was like, "How is there even" I didn't even know there was that many ingredients available,
I thought
but when he
chicken.
showed the ingredient list, like this small, and I was like, "Man, I thought it was just chicken.
Uh-huh.
When did it become something more?" You
Mhm.
know? But,
Yeah.
you're out there, you got, a diverse business you were talking about, and how much of that, like, comes from, like, you catering to the community or you introducing things to the community that they didn't know they needed?
There you go. Yep.
Yeah?
Like real soda, the real
Yeah.
soda in glass bottles. We've had
Yep,
that since I don't even know how long we've had that in the store. It was just something we saw that we could make it like a little niche market with, you
yep,
know. And for some reason, Timmy, I've always had the thought of a store in a store, you
yep.
know. So now we have many stores in a store.
Okay.
We've got the real soda store in a store. We've got, the Colorado gifts and souvenirs.
Yep,
We've got the real sweet shop, and
yep,
then we've got a paint department, just like a
yep.
lot of other hardware
Yeah,
stores.
sure.
But ours makes it a store, you know.
Yep,
And then obviously we're uh, Milwaukee. We didn't
yep.
just do Milwaukee. We're Colorado's largest retail dealer in
Got it.
Milwaukee. uh,
Interesting. For a
in
small
our little
community
town.
to be, and
Yeah,
that's a big brand.
yeah. We've got we've got over 240 feet of Milwaukee product in our store.
Wow. Wow.
240 feet.
Wow.
Uh, and we started with 12 foot, and we thought we'd arrived, man. We
Oh,
thought we
snap.
just we're there,
Snap.
you
That's
know.
20x from there.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you. Yeah. So it was just all developing these things that we saw that worked.
Yep.
You know, there's nowhere else to get a box of chocolates for your mom for Mother's Day.
I heard that.
You know,
Sure.
there's nowhere else to get something for your teacher. So
Yep.
you hit that market. And then
Yep.
for years, it was really cool when we got the real soda. We had a teacher up at the school that every time they had a break, they'd walk down with the students and they'd all buy soda pop.
Oh,
Well,
isn't that great?
that teacher moved.
Oh, nah, yeah,
Dang.
yeah. Yeah.
But so it was really crazy. We find out from the Pepsi people that, well, we have a Pepsi cooler in our store, just like a lot of people do. We put
Yep.
Celsius drinks in it.
Yep.
We're the #1 Celsius seller in the community.
Yep.
Nobody sells as much Celsius as we do.
There it is.
So, you just look for all those items that fits that thing that everybody
Get it.
wants.
Yep.
You know?
That's very interesting. That store within a store kind of idea. I've seen others kind of like look to do things along those lines, and
Mhm.
because it does kind of give it. It's like, and a lot of times, and this is what I love about like the kind of main street hardware store is that it really is like a general store.
Mhm.
Like I'm going in there, and there's like I'm going in. I can get the nuts and the bolts. But and all of a sudden I'm like, oh wait, I get a soda pop too. Oh, I get chocolate. Oh, wait a second, there's nostalgia over here. There's
Mhm.
trading cards, right? Oh, look, this is like there's
Yeah.
things here that I didn't expect to get, and now I know I can get. So it is a very interesting dynamic where you're luring me in with something, and then you're saying, but we also have all these things too. So it makes my life a lot easier because I can get more things under one roof.
Yep.
And again, I like the people that are there. So
Mhm.
it kind of really comes full circle.
Yeah. One of the things we didn't talk about, my office is on what we call the South Side,
Okay.
where Everett Moore started. It's
Okay.
4,500 square feet over here.
Okay.
Now it's furniture, appliances, and window, and we run the lumber yard off of this side. But the
Mhm.
other side, the North store is 12,000 square feet.
Oh, wow.
So, see, we have two locations, although we're across the street from one another.
Got it.
So furniture, appliances, lumber, and hardware and windows are over here. Doors and windows are over here, and then all of the hardware and everything is next door. Across the street. So that's where you walk in. You're going to get, well, what do you need? You know,
Okay.
and you tell me what you need. If it works, we'll put it in. We'll bring it.
Yep.
And we've done the things in the past, and we've been hit by vendors that say, well, you don't do enough. Yeti coolers, you don't do enough. Traeger grills, you don't do enough.
Right.
It's just it's sad to watch these things get gobbled up from you, or the warehouse or the management team make a decision on a product that you were doing well with, and they
Yep.
drop it out of the warehouse.
Yep.
Like, wait a minute, what happened here?
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. No,
So,
it's a whole ecosystem of things.
uh-huh. Yep.
Yeah.
It worked. We were selling 10 units a month, and the warehouse I was the only one buying,
I heard
so
that. Yeah.
yeah.
Do you have any? Are there like groups of stores that you dialogue with and have exchanges with, and say, hey, what's working for you? What's
Oh
not?
yeah. Yeah. I've got 3 of those stores. 3
Okay.
of those, 4 actually, 4 of those
Okay.
stores.
And
I
do you
call
guys
them up.
get together, or you just call each other every so often? Is there like a methodology to it?
The ones in the Do It Best chain, we're in touch almost weekly.
Oh, that's
You know,
interesting.
yeah. Call and say, hey, what's up? What's going on? Where you headed today? Because, and I've said this, it doesn't matter. I don't care if you're Ace or whoever.
Yep.
You're
Yep.
just somebody that wants to provide goods and services for your community, and
Yep.
you want to be the face of it,
Yep. Yep.
Uh, we've got some people in La Junta that are really great with,
Mhm.
I don't talk to them maybe once every 2 months,
Mhm.
but when I get on with the first time I met him, it was like I knew him forever,
Isn't that great?
you know?
Yeah.
And it was her great grandfather's business.
Oh, snap. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, sure.
She's still running the store,
Yeah. Yeah.
1907, I think.
That's
Holy cow.
I have seen and heard plenty of stories like that, man.
Mhm.
That is really one of my favorite byproducts of working within this community, man, because
Mhm.
you're meeting people who, yeah, like multiple generations, family.
Mhm.
It's not you're not walking into a store that you don't know who's there, and the personnel changes every 2 days. There's no
Yeah.
owner, there's no
Yeah.
accountability. There's just this entity that exists that has products that I purchase, and I don't feel any loyalty or any compassion for.
Mhm.
It's like, but I love working with these types of stores because it just feels so good. I feel like I'm
Yeah.
dealing with humans, you
Yeah.
know? That's something I knew off the jump with you, man. Like, I remember the first time that I met you, like, was at that Do It Best show, and you were like, Timmy Grins. And I was just like, man, I still hear that in my head, man. Like, I'm like, I just like this guy. Like, I'm dealing with a real person, And
Yeah.
it's like, but it's multiple, 100-fold, with the, just dealing with this kind of community, man. So hats off to all of you, man.
Yeah, yeah. Seriously, and Do It Best picking up the true value side of things, that's mixed emotions on both sides of that. But hats off to them for seeing 4,500 store owners out there that
Yep.
were over a barrel, you
Yep.
know. Uh, would somebody have else picked them up? I don't know how that's too big and too much for me to even comprehend. But
Hmm.
hats off to Do It Best for picking them up, and letting their dreams stay alive, you
Yeah.
know
Oh
because
no.
nobody wants to just see your dream die.
No, man, and that's a storied institution, that's a
Mhm.
storied institution. I remember as a kid going to a True Value store,
Yeah.
and I will say, like, going into that store, they had, like, GI Joes,
Yeah.
and I remember being like, "Man, I bought my GI Joes at the hardware store," you know? But
Yeah,
but
yeah,
to me, I didn't think of it as a hardware store at that time. I thought of it as just like, it's the general store.
yeah,
It's the 5 and 10, right? It's the local spot where I walk into and I can buy anything and everything that I need or want,
yeah,
But, oh, yeah, there are power tools over there, right?
yeah, yeah.
Like, so that's sensational, man. So what are some of the next steps for you? Like, as you go forward, are you looking to expand the business? Are you, happy where it is and just coasting? Like, where's your mindset?
I hate coasting, and I
I heard
hate
that.
being on a level plane. I hate
Yep.
being on a level plane.
Hmm.
I want to tip that nose, if you're
Okay.
not tipping the nose,
Yep.
you know, so we always I'm still looking for things seriously daily. How
Yep.
can I make this business better? How can I
Got it.
make it more attractive to the community? How can
Okay.
I get people away from Amazon? How can I get people off of the internet in on my website? So I'm looking for ways to do that. We just launched we've been with Sierra Pacific Windows now for about a year, a little over a year.
Okay.
But we just set up a really killer window display,
Okay.
and it has already net me two more window quotes. Okay. So it's providing a window that we didn't have before.
Got it.
More than just a vinyl window.
Yep.
It's providing that plus more.
Yep.
So, we're looking at that, and I should have put this display in 10 years ago,
I heard it.
because it hadn't been up a week, and it's already net me two quote jobs.
Yep. Yep.
So,
Okay.
and it's like anything. If I'm in, Timmy, I'm in.
Yep. Yep. I get it.
I don't just put my toe in.
No,
I,
you figure if I'm doing it, I'm doing it. Like,
I'm doing it.
yeah,
I'm not going to
you
touch
don't
the
get
water.
really.
I'm diving.
Yep.
If
Yep.
I touch the water, I may not get in, but if I
Yeah,
just
exactly.
dive,
Yep.
yeah, I'm
Yeah,
in.
indeed.
So, we're in. Have we seen some failures in that? Maybe so. I don't know. But, it's like even products that change again, like Nebo lights. Everybody's got Nebo light now.
Hmm.
Nebo, it's everywhere. But that used to be a key market for us.
Yep.
So now I have to look for the next thing.
Yep.
What is the next thing? What is the
Yep.
next little Nebo product that I can bring in that runs with me for 10 years?
I heard that.
Or 5 years.
Yep. Yep.
Always looking at
Yep.
ways to, make it better.
Got it.
Yep.
Got it. Hey, man. Well, I don't want to take up too much of your time, man. I know we're running up here for almost closing, no, about 10 minutes to the hour. You still okay, or you want to
Yeah,
like?
yeah, yeah. Well, I don't have to do anything till 7:30.
Oh, okay, all right. So we can chat a little bit more. That's cool.
Yeah.
Because I do find it fascinating. The husband wife dynamic. On how do you guys make decisions? Like when you're looking at like big moves, like if you're gonna bring in this new line, like how do you guys make decisions together?
Well, yeah, the smaller stuff, she just trusts me on it. Boom.
Got
I
it.
don't tell her how to run the office, or to do the books, and she doesn't tell me what to bring into the store on that. But now on a bigger one, like when we went with Sierra Pacific Windows, which is a big investment, or the Big Green Egg,
Hmm.
the ceramic cookware,
Yeah.
those are big investments where we sit back and we talk about it, we pray about it, we want to hear, is
Yep.
this what we're supposed to do?
I get it.
And so then we'll get that little check box and we'll go with it. So yeah, but she's my, what do you call that? The you bounce them off of somebody,
The yin to the yang, the idea
eh,
board.
yeah, the idea board. Yeah, let's say,
Yep.
what do you think of this?
Yep.
And some of it she's just like, whatever,
Yep. Yeah.
like
Yeah.
whatever.
Like you're crazy, or yeah, all right, that could work.
Well, it's like, at market when we first met you, that first market,
Yep.
whatever it was, 2 years ago, I think,
Yep.
maybe.
Yeah.
Uh, she said, "Are you going to get that paint?" And I said, "Oh, I'm going to think about it.
Yeah.
Let me
Yeah.
think
Sure.
about it."
Yeah.
So then I got home and I had to call you and say, "Hey,
Yep.
man, I want your paint."
I get it. No, it's like, but
But
that's good. You don't want to snap to something. You let it ride over you. Okay,
uh-huh.
I understand that.
But she
Now
was she was all in to begin with. She was
yep.
she was ready. Boom, let's
Yeah,
go.
well, I mean, it's I'm not gonna, but I mean, it's just good stuff, man.
It's Timmy Grins.
It's it, man. That's it. I do feel blessed, that I landed in a situation that I did, because
hmm
it really does fit my overall demeanor. The science behind it is really sound. The brand itself has a lot of fun to it.
hmm
I never really feel like I'm selling paint.
Yeah.
Feel like I'm out there, like I'm like spreading gospel about the amazing product that I've been
Hey.
bestowed
hmm
to have the opportunity to do, like,
Yeah.
so I really do feel like God's hand is at work with me,
Yeah.
it is a joy, man. It is a joy.
I called my.
We
Go
talked
ahead.
a little bit about the challenges and things like that. Now there's a big new one that I know is kind of got a lot of people concerned is artificial intelligence.
hmm
Have you and I know it has some people concerned, but also has some people excited.
hmm
You know, how do you view it, and have you started to try to find ways to utilize it, maybe to offset some of the labor challenges you have?
Well, unfortunately, my local print shop is probably the ones that have suffered the most.
Okay.
Okay. Because we AI generate all of our own posters
Yep.
and flyers.
Yep.
Even that which I don't have one here at my desk, being closed on the 4th of July,
Yep.
America 250.
Yep.
It was all designed on AI and we printed it ourselves. So that I see as an exciting thing for us because even where I would design, they'd come to me and say, "Hey, well, what do you want this flyer to look like?" I don't have to do that anymore.
Yep. Yep.
So now Amber did this flyer yesterday, probably
Mhm.
in 15 minutes,
Yep. Yep. That stuff's
something that would have
amazing.
taken us hours,
Yeah.
excuse me, bouncing it
And
back
it's
and
like
forth.
and you can literally just like say the part that I like about it is like
hmm
you could just talk to it.
Yep.
And it's almost like, like where your wife, when you talk about the sounding board, it becomes like this sounding board
hmm
for ideas and concepts and design. I mean, the design,
Yep.
yeah, yeah. I could see the print shop being
Yeah. So
having to
that's
find
the one that concerns me.
reinvent itself.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah,
They're going to have to do something,
yeah,
because I don't want to see them go out of business, but yet now I can do that all myself,
yep,
you know?
yep. And
Uh,
you're really nailing what it is that you want.
yep. Thumper Hardware up in Tribune, Kansas. Yeah, I love them people.
Okay.
Anyway, they AI designed a t-shirt for their store.
Oh
It
yeah.
is the coolest t-shirt design ever, man.
Oh
It's
yeah.
got a rolling wheat field in the background, and
Oh
it's called Thumper Hardware. So they got this big jackrabbit on the front of
yeah.
it. Now, this is not a kindergarten. This is a
Yeah.
logo that's legit.
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
it's one of the coolest logos I've seen.
Yeah.
All AI generated.
And
Yeah.
that's something that you'll be able to compromise on because you or be able to add to because like you got that Everett Moore brand.
hmm
It's like, have you
Yep.
thought about making your own T-shirt line?
Uh, man, Timmy, I've thought for years I should have my own line of all kinds of products out there.
Yep, I heard that. Yeah. Yeah,
You
I heard
know,
that.
my
Yeah,
gosh, I've tried
yeah.
everything, but uh, I'm looking forward to the day I can go to my closet and not find an Everett Moore shirt, but pick out a normal shirt first.
I get that too.
Okay,
I get that too.
I got
Yeah.
I got Milwaukee on this morning.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Well, it's funny because most of my clothing is MTN now. Like, it's
yeah,
just they do have a pretty good merch selection, so I am kinda happy with some of the stuff I get. I'm like, "Man, this looks better than the stuff I might have bought,"
yeah,
but,
yeah.
like, I do you know, I do see it as one cost center that I don't have to kind of absorb.
Well, and
I'm like,
I wear,
I like the
I,
stuff, I might as well just rock it. I'm out
yeah,
here, talking about the stuff. It feels good to rock it, so
yeah.
I
Well, and
definitely get that.
I look good in Travis Matthew. That's my
Yeah,
that's
there
my.
you go, man.
I don't even know golf. But I
Yeah,
like
there you
the.
go. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm like, so
Yeah.
see, I do stuff like that right there. I would say, okay, what made Travis Matthews so big? How did they get so big?
Mhm.
When I go into your store, when I see your booth, I'll look around your booth to see if there's something I can do that
Yep.
just tweaks my business just a little bit.
Yep. Yep.
Because it's not big changes you want, it's the little changes.
Yep.
And if you can make enough of them little changes, all of a sudden,
Yeah.
boom.
You found another 8, 9, 10% at the bottom line.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
get that. What are some of the little changes that you remember that you were like, "Oh, man, I made that change, and this really paid off?"
How about a clean, fresh paint job in your bathrooms?
I heard, "Wow, yo, for real. For real."
Dude, I
Yeah.
have people come in and talk about our bathrooms when they're leaving.
Yep.
They're
Okay.
clean. They're
Yep.
showcases,
Yep.
you know?
Yep.
And yeah, I don't like knowing that, yeah, Everett Moore's a good place to stop and go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
But at the
Yeah.
same time, I
You're
know what
probably
it's like
buying
to
a
be
soda on the
traveling.
way out.
I know what it's like to be traveling and want to
Yep.
find a clean bathroom,
Yep.
you know? And, a lot of people that stop because our store is very attractive. We got great curb appeal.
Mhm.
They stop just to use the restroom,
Yep.
but they'll buy a soda or a
Yep.
truffle on their way out.
Yep. Yep.
So, so those are the changes that we made that just were really those God ordained dropped moments of
Right.
sunshine, you
Yep.
know? I ain't smart enough to go to a motorcycle rally and come home with a box of truffles and thinks it needs to go in my hardware store,
I heard that.
but it happened.
Yep.
Well,
Is that
but
how
it
you ended up with the truffles at a motorcycle rally?
at a motorcycle rally.
But how did those 2 come together?
Okay, well, we're
You
out of
get
town.
back and forth to Texas, but
We're at this motorcycle rally. We got Saturday afternoon off, right between
uh-huh.
conferences. We're at
Yep.
a Christian's Men events, but we rode over there with a bunch of guys.
Yep.
And I said, man, I'm gonna go find my wife something to take home. She
Yep.
let me have the weekend off. I'm gonna take her a gift home.
Yep.
And so I'm walking around and I'm finding the same curio crap that everybody else has.
Sure.
The same tourist junk you don't want to take home for nothing.
Yeah, I heard
And
that.
then I ran across this little candy shop. So I bought her a box of truffles,
Uh-huh.
you know?
Yeah.
And so I'm riding my motorcycle home. I'm coming home and I'm like, they didn't make those truffles there.
Huh.
Those truffles were not made on that place.
Yeah.
Where'd they get them things?
Yeah.
So we called them up, or I emailed them and told them the whole story.
Yeah.
They sent me an application to become a dealer, and in 6 weeks we had a 6-foot cooler and we were up and running.
How about that?
Well, we started with it was October of 20, I don't even remember, October. We started with a little 2-foot acrylic case and
Okay.
$500 worth of chocolates.
Okay.
6 weeks later, we decided to make a $7,000 investment into their temperature-controlled, climate-controlled cooler and
Yep.
build its own little
Yep.
kiosk.
Yeah.
Yep.
The store within the store idea.
Store within a store.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, does
I
that
would
does
encourage.
they,
Go ahead.
how many different SKUs is that?
A Chihuahua. 100?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a lot of different chocolates over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what's really crazy is you learn them just by looking at them.
Okay.
You just look at it and you know that that's a Myers lemon, or you just look at it and know that that's a bourbon truffle. You look at it and know it's a pistachio.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Pistachio was in my head, man, for some reason.
Dude, man, and their new buttercream. Oh my God, that buttercream.
Yeah.
Oh, Give me
Yeah.
4 of them and a glass of milk, and I don't even like milk.
There you go, man. Yeah.
So
Oh, that sounds good though.
it was all those little changes that you didn't know were gonna be such an integral part of keeping your doors open,
Sure.
you know?
Yeah, and building on that, and there's a nostalgia element to that too.
Mhm.
You
Yep.
know, that's something that I think is a byproduct that I think we're going to see with this artificial intelligence boom too. Is I think
Mhm.
people are going to look for more in person,
Yep.
real
Yep.
experience because I think more and more on the internet, you're not going to know what's real anymore. You're gonna be,
Nope.
you know, the line will blur. So you're going to crave, genuine, authentic, real experience.
Mhm.
And I think that plays well into a spot like yours, where
Yeah.
more people come looking to talk to Ernie.
Yep. Well, and I see hardware, greatest days in front of it. I really do.
Mhm.
In Baca County was known for broom corn back in the days, where they actually raised the corn for making the brooms.
Yep.
Okay, that was a big heyday here.
Okay.
Those days are yet in front of us. They're in front of us yet.
Yeah.
There's going to be some kind of a boom here, and it may just be that reality of people, that
Yep.
reality interaction.
Yep.
Because the line right now is you can tell AI is too perfect. It's too
Yep.
perfect. When
Yep.
they get that perfection side pushed aside a little bit where you can't tell the difference between
Yep.
what's real and what's fake,
Yep.
then we're in trouble.
No, I heard that. I will say I think too, like where you say hardware has its best days in front of it. Like I can see that because I feel like some of the promise of AI is that we might be able to work less. And if I'm working less, I am looking to fill my time with other things. And
Mhm.
one of the other things that I've been trying to fill my time with is learning how to use my hands more,
Mhm.
do more things around my house.
Yep. Yep.
There's ideas that I have that I feel like if I had the time to put into it. And so I do feel like a lot of those picks and shovels, will come from the hardware store.
Mhm. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, man. So the
Yeah.
future is bright.
Oh, I think so, without a doubt. Without a
Yeah,
doubt. I have no I can see this store doubling in the next 5 years.
got it.
I
That's
don't know how.
growth, man.
I don't know how, but I
Yeah,
know it's gonna.
right.
Even though right now we're at this 3-year plateau that I absolutely drives me nuts,
Yeah,
because I'm not nose up right now. We're
okay.
we're flat, and I
Yeah,
I don't like flat, you
right.
know?
Is that a lot because maybe the labor?
Uh, expenses, the people aren't spending right now. We've had an incredibly hot year with
Mhm.
no moisture, you
Yeah,
know? So, you know, I looked at our big 3 just last night, lawn and garden, furniture and appliances.
yep,
They're all down
got it,
for, they're all down.
got it.
People aren't spending right now. Those are things you don't have to have.
Now, with something now, let me ask you, that's a tricky place because you hear the people talk about saying like, "Well, the economy's doing great, the stock market's up," but like you're seeing people slowing down on these big purchases over the course of the last couple of years.
Yep.
It's like a tale of two, like there's two totally different tales being told.
Mhm.
Where I guess like where do you see it? Like, how do you get that enthusiasm back, or do
We
you need
we
to find it elsewhere?
we get caught in the tailspin of what's in the news, and
Mhm.
we're a little bit behind. It takes us a little while to fall down where they fell, and it takes us a little while to get up where they are going. We'll
Got it.
come back up. We will.
Right.
We just have to maintain our own altitude right now with
Yeah.
providing the best that we can.
Yep.
I do see. Obviously, in this area, it's going to take moisture to turn things around.
I heard that.
Plus, plus a little bit of the economy, that definitely has a play in it. We deal with people that have moderate incomes around here anyway, low to moderate incomes.
Yep.
So they don't have a lot of expendable cash.
Yep.
Uh, Speaking to that, it wasn't a big April for us where a lot of people normally would come in and make a good purchase in April with their tax check.
I heard
Uh,
that. Sure.
so yeah, I'm thinking back, man. You used to see those little H&R cards come in all the time.
I heard that. Yeah.
Uh, Man, I didn't see many of them this year, but I don't work the floor as much as I used to either.
I get it. I
I've
get it.
been back office and stuff, but yeah. So I think once the economy changes, we're going to be all right. Yeah, it is a
Yep.
little slow right now. I have to say it is.
Mhm.
So where I like the reports that they're telling me,
Yep.
I do.
Yep.
I wish that unemployment rate. Uh, I wish somebody'd come and apply for a job, that
Sure, man.
was more than just a body in the store,
Yep.
you know?
Yep.
So
You
hey,
know,
we'll train anybody,
yeah, well, yeah. How long does training take?
Oh my gosh.
Like
There's
a month?
there's a lot to learn, you
Yeah.
know. In the big store, what we call the big store, everything's got a barcode and it scans. So
Yep.
if you're computer literate, you can pick up scanning and products in a day.
Mhm.
But on this side over here, where everything's, lumber, everything has its own made up SKU or how we keep track of inventory, it's a little tougher to learn. And if you don't know the difference between a 3/4 piece of plywood and a 2x4, because some people don't,
Sure.
they just don't.
Yep.
And then you have all of the different mix of that, and the SKUs that can take a while. That can take
Mhm.
a while. You should be able to pick it up within a month.
I get it.
Uh, but be proficient at it. It's to be able to turn you loose. It's 6 months, you know,
Got it. Yeah.
to
Yeah.
know where it's at, to know what it is.
Right.
Uh, yep,
To
yep.
have a level of trust that you'll make the right decision.
Oh my,
Yeah.
yeah, and that trust
That's an
factor. Holy
investment.
cow.
6 months is a big investment
Yep.
to ride with somebody, to get them to the place where they can lift off.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's a big investment, because then
And
you
some
can do
people
it.
see it and other people don't. They
Yeah.
don't see the cost of training a new employee.
Yep.
Uh, and you only hope what you're training you get to keep,
Yep.
if you get it at the end of that 90 days.
Yeah. No, I get that, man. I get that. I'm going through a little bit of that myself as I'm starting to
Hmm.
build out a little bit of a team and I'm onboarding new people and try to teach them the ropes and
Hmm.
I'm finding that it doesn't move as fast as I would like it to move.
Yeah.
But I'm like, well, this is pretty easy to pick up. How come it's taking so long? But
Because your mind moves faster than theirs.
sure, yeah, yeah. Now, yeah, my mind is possessed by it, right? Like, I can't expect everyone to have that same level of obsession that
Nope.
I do.
Nope.
Yeah, and that's something that I've definitely been, kind of saying to myself, like, well, these people that are going to come along, they're going to give me 50 to 60% of what I'm going to give, but I
Hmm.
got to measure that 50 to 60% against what I'm paying them, and ensure that what I'm paying them is at least delivering an output that's higher than what I'm putting in.
Yes.
As time goes on, but making
Yep.
that fun investment it's a leap of faith.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And it's necessary.
exactly.
If you don't take the time to duplicate yourself into somebody, then all of a sudden you have nothing.
That's indeed true, man. That's indeed
Yep.
true.
You've got to
So look,
duplicate.
any parting thoughts, man? Or
Well, we mentioned something small change, and
yep,
you didn't ask for this, but I'm going to give it anyway.
let's hear it.
It's on the Timmy Grins,
Yeah,
Montana spray paint side of
yeah,
things. We were we were splitting orders with somebody,
yeah,
so that we could hit that minimum.
yep,
I don't have to worry about that anymore, and we're what, a year into this product or 2 years into this
yep,
product in our store. And now even I talked to my friend this morning coming in and I said, well, I got this little podcast I'm gonna do this morning with
yeah,
Montana Paint. And
yeah,
he said, really? He said, let me see. He said, I got 5 cans of that right here on my shelf.
yes, yeah, yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah.
that's
We're
another one
finding
of
a
the
way,
small
man.
changes, Here you
We're
go. Another small change.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
and I look, I sincerely appreciate it, man. Like you were one of the earliest adopters within the Do It Best community, and they've just really, I just enjoy working with them, man.
Yeah.
They are, like top down, like everybody that kind of comes to the shows, everybody's just got a good nature to them.
Hmm.
And it carries through. It really, really
Yeah.
does.
No, it's a good product. We're glad we made the change. And we just went with that 2-foot stuff of I don't even know. I'm not over there anymore.
Oh, the specialty set.
The specialty. Oh my
Yep, yeah,
gosh.
yeah,
Yeah.
yep, yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
and
said even bathtub paint.
yeah, well, to get so by adding that also, it drops the free freight to $750.
Oh,
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
But, well, man, we surpassed that on the last order.
I know. You were saying, yeah, I saw it. Yeah, I
No,
sincerely appreciate it, man. Really, really.
uh,
You know,
no,
and
it's
I
been
look
good.
forward
Yeah,
to
yeah.
getting some sushi in Indianapolis, my friend.
You know what? That is gonna put that priority list. You know.
That's it. Yeah. Yeah, that'll
Yeah.
be a good time, man. Because
Looking forward
you
to it.
know, when I first, my first show when I met you,
Hmm.
I had an Airbnb, so I would walk, because I like to get some steps in, and I was walking to the convention center. On my way back, I was like, man, I'm really hungry, and I saw a sushi spot, and I'm like, man, I'm in landlocked Indianapolis, Indiana. And sushi is like one of those things you don't really expect to be decent.
Yeah.
But then I rolled in and I was like, man, this is really, really good. And I've gone 3 times now.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
Each
right.
time in Indianapolis, I'm making a stop.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's better than convenience store.
Oh, that's true, man. That's true. Yeah. Yeah. I've
You
eaten
know.
enough of those meals to last a lifetime, man.
Oh yeah, you don't need those either. Yep,
No,
yep, for sure.
no. But Ernie, I sincerely appreciate it, man. Thank you, brother.
Alrighty. Hey,
All
thanks
right.
for getting up this morning, and yeah, hey, reach out anytime.
You got it,
We're
my
around.
friend. I will do. And
Alrighty.
God bless you, man.
Have a great day.
And
Thank
you
you. God
too, man.
bless
Have a
you.
great day. Thank you.
Bye bye.